Good morning, students. And next topic is curvature. This is also another defect produced by the lens, curvature of the field. Now, even when the lens is free from spherical aberration like comma and astigmatism, the image of an extended plane object OO dash is curved as shown in figure. If a screen is placed at I perpendicular to the axis of the lens, then the image I dash will not be in focus but it is a curved. This defect is called as curvature. If you are observing the diagram, O dash is a vertical straight image. But if you are observing the diagram, then the image formed by the lens of the object OO dash is not a straight but it is a curved like shape I dash curved shape as shown in the figure. This defect arises due to the fact that the point object away from the axis such as O dash are at a greater distance from the center C and the less than the axial point O. Therefore, the image I dash formed at a smaller distance than I. If you are observing the diagram, O dash is having large distance from C when compared to the point O. That means the distance from O to C is very small when compared to the distance between O dash and C. Therefore, at the image side, that means right side of the lens, I dash is having less distance than the point I from the C point. That means the distance from C to I dash is less than the distance from C to I. Due to the difference in the distances between the O dash and C and O and C, there are also that difference in the distance from C to I dash and C to I. So due to this difference in the distances, the image found to be in a curved shape. This type of defect is called as curvature. Now this is also a diagram which is related to the curvature of field. As shown in the figure, left side is a planar object, but in the right side of the lens, the image is found to be curved shape. And you also observing the center of the lens to the left side object distance are having some difference in distances, but in the right side of the lens, the center of the lens to the image distance are varying. So due to the difference in the distances from the center of the lens, the image is found to be in a curved shape. This diagram also explains how the curvature of the field defect is arises. If you are observing in the left side of the lens, object is in a straight line, but in the right side of the lens, the image is found to be in a curved shape. So this defect is called as curvature of the field. Now we discuss how we can minimize the curvature of the field. Removal of curvature. So for a single lens, the curvature may be reduced by placing an aperture in the suitable position in front of the lens. That means by using stops, we can minimize the curvature defect. And the second one, for a combination of lenses, the condition for absence of curvature is sigma 1 by mu f equal to 0, where mu is the refractive index of the lens and f is the focal length of the lens. If we are using two lenses, then mu1 f1 plus mu2 f2 equal to 0, where mu1 and mu2 are refractive indices of the lenses and f1 and f2 are the focal length of the lenses. That is, one of the lens is convex, then the other lens should be concave. Why? Because mu1 and mu2 both are positive. Always refractive index is positive, and f1 and f2 must be necessarily be opposite sign, so that if one lens is convex lens and other should be concave lens, in order to minimize the curvature of defect. The above condition holds good whether the lenses are in contact or they are separated at a distance. So this is about the curvature defect. Now, next one is distortion. The image of a plane square object as shown in the figure placed perpendicular to the axis of the lens is not of the same shape. It is distorted. This defect is known as distortion. If you are observing the diagram, there exist three figures A, B, C. A is a plane square like object. When placed in front of the lens, the image formed by the lens is not in a same shape. It is a another shape like barrel shaped or pincushion shaped. This defect is called as distortion. So if you are observing the diagram, object is a square perpendicular type material. When placed in front of the lens, then image is found to be like this. That means pin-cushioned distortion image or barrel distortion image. So this is also how the image formed for the normal plane perpendicular object. So in the figure, how the object is placed and how the images are formed. That means barrel distortion and pin cushioned distortion images are visible in the diagram. Now, why the distortion defect arises is the fact that the same lens produces different magnification for different axial distances. That means the if you place an object perpendicular to the principal axis, then the every point in the object is not at all having same distance from the principal axis. Therefore, same lens produces a different magnification for different axial distances. This is the reason for the formation of distortion defect. Therefore, different parts of the object suffer different magnifications. Therefore, there exist two types of images. One is barrel shaped distortion and another one is pin cushioned distortion. In the barrel shaped, that means in the B, above diagram B, let us observe the diagram B. When the real image of a rectangular piece of wire gauge formed on the screen by a convex lens appear like a barrel shaped, it is known as barrel shaped distortion. That means object is figure A. Due to that figure A object, the barrel shaped distortion image is found to be in a figure B. Now when the object is placed, if the image formed is in the form of a pin cushion, in the form of a pin cushion, when the image of a rectangular object formed by a convex lens like in figure C, the defect is known as pincushion distortion. In this case, the magnification increases with increasing axial distance from the center. Now, how can we remove the distortion? That means removal of distortion. Now, as shown in figure, the distortion can be removed by using a combination of two similar meniscus convex lenses with their concave surfaces facing each other and placing an aperture or stop in the middle as shown in figure. So if you are observing the diagram, two similar meniscus convex lenses with their concave surfaces facing each other. In between those two lenses, an obstacle or stop, an aperture, placing an aperture using stop in the middle as shown in figure. Such a combination is called as an orthoscopic doublet or rapid rectilinear lens. So this type of arrangement is used to remove the distortion defect. That means two similar meniscus concave convex lenses with their concave surfaces facing each other and placing an aperture or stop in the middle as shown in figure. So this is the equipment used to minimize the distortion defect. Okay, thank you.